Now, barring any unforeseen housekeeping issues, I've got people waiting at me from the back. May all went to you. Okay, so thanks, David, again. And now we'll head into the main part of the session involving our three speakers and some collective question time. The first speaker I'd like to invite to the podium is Ms. Phillipa Jones, the Managing Director of China Policy Research. Thanks, Phillipa.
I was hoping to be last because I was. What? No. Okay, well, I was hoping I was going to be last because I was going to get up and say, "Wow, at last there's a woman on the stage." Now, to start off with, I'm not who I'm going because that was going to be the last, the last man. But I understand that there's another name for ACYD. This is my intelligence at dinner last night. It is often called the Asian Studies Law Club. So we've had the first little foray into the law. And even though this session is meant to be about environment and economics, I'm also going to concentrate mainly on law. And I take this broad interpretation because I see that the legal underpinnings of environmental regimes around the world are the most important thing for implementing environmental standards and therefore protecting our environment. And one of the things I want to start off with is just for us to look, as we do in everything else, at the scale of the problem. If you have environmental problems in small places, then the rest of the world is not radically, is not particularly effective. When you have environmental problems on the scale that we have in China, it impacts on the whole world. And David's talk just now was, I think, very useful. It was very positive and it was very upbeat. And it was very much from a commercial lawyer's perspective, sorry. But I feel that even though I'd like to be positive, and as I'll talk about in the development of environmental law in China, I find that dealing with the environmental problem, I can't help but feel it's, as Ross Garner has said in Australia, it's a diabolical policy problem which the Chinese government is really not yet equipped to deal with. If we look at the book that's come out recently on the environment by Jonathan Watts, which is called When a Billion Chinese Jump, Jonathan says that, and this worries me more than anything else, that the industrial model, the fossil fuel society in China is the one place where it's hit the wall. We can no longer think that we have enough environmental sinks to take care of the problem. So China is where things have got to change. And the export of China's problems is another area where perhaps we can have some impact. So let's just have a look at environmental law. Now, environmental law, as David was saying with other laws, is quite well developed. It's surprising, I think, to understand when you look at the corpus of environmental law. There are 30 major environmental laws. There's 2,000 sets of environmental regulations. And I think that one of the encouraging things is that China does have this corpus of law. However, one of our next speakers will be a close colleague of ours from China Dialogue. And they've recently published a piece by Wang Jing, which is called China's Green Laws Are Useless. But it's an interesting piece, it's a provocative piece. And what Wang Jing is saying is that laws without regulations, troops without power, duties without action. In the final assessment, this is the current state of environmental law in China. Well, this is true. It's a slow process. But one of the things that I feel about the development of environmental law in China is that if it wasn't there, there'd be far greater problems. And that the development of law is, as David has just said with other law, being incredibly fast in China. And you can't change things overnight. So you have to do this slowly. But as the society and implementation catches up, there is actually in China now the basis of good environmental law. One of the things that I thought that we might just look a little bit at the environmental laws themselves, and possibly one of the most important environmental laws is the environmental impact assessment. And then, of course, if we look at this law and its implementation, it immediately illustrates where the problems lie. A lot of people, when they talk about environmental impact assessments in China, say, well, this is how it goes. The law is that you must have an environmental impact assessment before you start any of these major projects where China has been restructuring its economy, by which China's been restructuring its economy recently, but if you had an environmental impact assessment before you wanted to build a new road, a railway, chemical factory, it wouldn't happen. So therefore, the way you do it is you do it afterwards. And there's a clause in the law that allows you to do a catch-up on your environment. So you make the mess, and then you do the environmental impact assessment. So these are some of the things that really have to change before China starts implementing environmental laws in a way that we would like them to do. I wouldn't like to say the way we do in other countries, because we're not necessarily up to scratch, particularly in Australia. Then I'd just like to talk a little bit now about environmental litigation in China and what is happening at the moment. Litigation in China, which is growing and which is good to see, is mainly focused on compensation. So if there is an environmental case, it will be an environmental case post-pollution event, post-trauma to the environment. Then environmental litigation is moving from solely being focused on compensation towards mitigation. So they're looking at how they mitigate or how they improve the impact on the environment. But in China, as yet, there is very, very little environmental litigation which focuses on the protection of the environment before you start your projects, before you start to have problems. So this is what's happening in China. And one of the things to think about is the major organizations involved. A lot of the major organizations involved are China's state-owned enterprises, and they work within the legal system to their advantage. They know how to manage it. What I then want to move on to now is, and also just talk about this, the scale of China's outward investment. Now, the scale of China's outward investment is rising rapidly. In Australia, it's growing exponentially, despite the problems that we've had in the last couple of years. And also, it's mainly in the resources sector. But China's biggest outward investments are in the resources sector, in countries with less environmental regulation than Australia. So we need to look, when we're looking at the export of China's environmental problems, we need to look at what's happening in our own neighbourhood in Papua New Guinea. Further afield, but in larger scale, what's happening in Africa. And this, I feel, is where our audience here of young delegates really needs to focus attention on thinking what we can do, what you can do as you